distinguished dignitaries, esteemed members of Indian Association of Preventive and Social Medicine, luminaries from the field of community medicine and public health, fellow delegates, faculty, postgraduate students, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you all for this virtual National IAPSM conference being hosted at PGIMER Chandigarh. At the outset, let me thank Professor Amarjit Singh and Professor Arun Agrawal for shouldering this responsibility of hosting the National Conference of IAPSM at PGI Chandigarh in these difficult and extraordinary circumstances. We all know that last year has been unprecedented and disruptive, but our departments, the members of our association, faculty of community medicine across the country have played a very significant and important role in curtailing pandemic COVID-19. Several members of our association, through departments, have played very important role in containment, were involved in several research activities related to COVID-19, provided technical assistance at national level, working closely with Niti Aayog and ministry, at state levels, and even at the district and local level. Several of us are engaged in a variety of research activities, including vaccine trials. We also closely worked with Indian Council of Medical Research and conducted a case control study to identify the predictors of the severity of the disease. Several of us played role in designing, conducting, and analyzing seroprevalence studies for COVID-19. Several members of our association also played role in writing articles for the media. And now currently, we are playing an important and significant role in rolling out vaccination program. When almost a year back or so, when the pandemic struck, immediately after that, we collaborated with the Indian Public Health Association and Indian Epidemiological Association and worked around the joint statements which were released for the government. We have issued 3 joint statements expressing our contribution and scientific viewpoint in the context of curtailing pandemic COVID-19. We saw this as a tremendous opportunity to contribute, and we have been able to contribute to this pandemic. We positioned ourselves at national, state, and local level. And therefore, I would like to appreciate the efforts of our members and congratulate them for playing an extraordinary effort and role during this pandemic. I would like to specifically mention here one of the good news, and which you all are aware, that one of our family member, Professor C.S. Pandav, who played extraordinary role in iodine deficiency disorders control in India, has been awarded with the Padma Shri by the Government of India. On behalf of Indian Association of Preventive and Social Medicine, we would like to congratulate Professor C.S. Pandav for his extraordinary contribution to the public health and this award. Our members of association across the country have played very important role in several initiatives in last 1 year or so. Despite challenging circumstances, several state chapters have hosted the state conferences, conducted webinars, not only limited and restricted to COVID-19, but also on several relevant and critical public health issues. I would like to specifically mention about the two important studies in the context of MIYCN that we as an association were involved into, and would like to congratulate the team IAPSM for advancing the agenda of MIYCN. The first activity I would like to mention relates to the supportive supervision in UP and Bihar. And another activity is that where we closely collaborated with IAP and FOXY. In 5 states, we conducted the study engaging with the private practitioners. These both important initiatives were supported through Alive and Thrive. Niti Aayog also signed an MOU with us in this regard. And we very closely work with Niti Aayog and Ministry to advance the agenda of MIYCN. Recently, last few months or so, we also played an important role in the context of sub-national TB elimination certification in 66 states across all states in collaboration with the National Institute of Epidemiology based in Chennai, which is an ICMR institute, and Central TB Division of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. This will remain an important milestone towards the contribution for tuberculosis elimination in the country. We also created a platform, IAPSM eConnect, for promoting discourse on important public health issues in the country. And this effort is completely led by our young leaders. I would like to compliment them for taking this initiative of creating a platform for discourse and deliberations on public health relevant issues. I'm also happy to announce that MGIMS Sevagram is hosting the second IAPSM Young Leadership Conclave in next couple of weeks or so. This is the effort and this is the initiative that we initiated last year. This is the second conclave that is being organized with the intent to provide opportunity to demonstrate for our younger members of the association their leadership qualities. I'm happy to announce that the second edition of IAPSM textbook is being now released. We are also contemplating an initiated activity towards a book, another book rather, I would say, on case studies, because we wanted to promote the case-based learning in community medicine, and that effort is on. Several members of our association represent themselves, association, and their institutions in several government, national, state, and Niti Aayog and other related stakeholders committees, and play an important role in advancing public health. Our association and departments can certainly play a critical role in advancing national and global public health agenda. We need to strategically, consciously, and systematically think that how do we want to invest our time and talent in strengthening and supporting our departments and discipline to produce quality graduates by offering high caliber academic programs. And for that, probably we will have to change our gears and bring reforms into the whole education. We'll have to focus on transformative learning. The time has come to move from informative to formative and formative to the transformative learning. Informative learning provides us an opportunity of transferring knowledge and skills, which would help us to create experts in the field of community medicine. But the formative learning would provide us an opportunity in addition to the knowledge and skills. It talks about the socializing values, ethics, and morals, thereby help us to create professionals. But we need to move further one step forward to bring a transformative learning as a part of our educational system, where in addition to the imparting knowledge and skills and talking about the values, ethics, and morals, we need to create leadership attributes. Thereby, we are able to create the change agents and leaders in public health for the 21st century. And I see this as an extraordinary opportunity through institutional and instructional reforms, because now we have already adopted the competency-driven education as a part of our undergraduate and postgraduate programs, coupled with transformative learning. We would create the future leaders to deal with the public health challenges of the 21st century. And our departments can play a very important and critical role in this regard. In the context of research, we have always demonstrated that our members have contributed to the public health relevant research. But we also need to recognize and realize that research is merely a tool. What ultimately benefits to the society is the knowledge. And when we talk about knowledge, we talk about two things: knowledge generation and knowledge translation. Research is an instrument to generate the knowledge, and which gives you the thrills of discovery. But knowledge translation actually gives us the satisfaction of the purpose being fulfilled. And therefore, the kind of research that we are engaged into, we need to ensure that we do a program and policy relevant research and try to resolve our public health challenges and problems. Our engagement in field practice areas also provides us an opportunity to advance public health practice. And therefore, public health research, public health education, and public health practice, this triangle can actually help us in advancing both at the national and global level the agenda for public health in the 21st century. We all will be recognized for the duty that we discharge with dignity, determination, and distinction. And I'm confident our members working through medical schools, health services, NGO sector, bilateral agencies, UN organizations will stand to these expectations at the national and global level. I'm sure the conference deliberations would help us to articulate some of these issues, and will also provide the opportunity to brainstorm some of the critical public health issues that we are presently grappling with. I wish the conference a grand success. Thank you so much for this opportunity.